Hey guys, so today we have another YouTube video because you all miss my voice so much. I thought I'd come back. Okay, you probably didn't miss me at all, but still. I'm here to complain about a small problem as well as do a deck test hand at the same time. So, this is my complaint. As you can see, that's like all the way up. A lot of people, when they use these sort of sleeves, when they duel, they don't push them back in. Which I think, if they know what the card is, that, you know, you could see the white on the top, you should push it down. You can't, you know. It's sort of like giving you an advantage because you're like, oh, there's a white top on the card that I'm next going to draw. That means it could be one of these cards. And, oh, it's not a white top. I could potentially not draw one of these then, and I might need it. So I might as well do something to hold myself out until I can get that card. Sort of like gives you a sort of unfair advantage to that extent. Jesus Christ, that's the only bad thing about it. The only bad thing about recording at a waist level. Oh yeah. Makes me look even more retarded, but it works. We just have to look at my belly button. Right. What we have here is a DDD deck. So, I'll just do a couple of test hands and you guys can work out if it's a deck right for you, maybe. If it is, let me know in the comments down below. Probably not, let's be honest. Because DDDs are kind of non-meta anymore. They've died out. They're probably one of my favourite fun decks to use though, if not my super heavies, which I've already done a test hands with. So this doesn't have any proxies, thankfully, so I can just show you each card. So the first hand, I've not got the greatest, but I'll be able to activate my Dark Contract with the gate, which then means I can search my deck for a DDD. I choose to search a DDD Savant Copernicus to my hand, which it's very lucky is at the bottom of my deck. I won't shuffle completely because I am going to be searching again. Because I will now summon my DD Savant Kepler. Vector Kepler. I can push another DD to my hand. So I will. This time it'll be Savant Newton, just because it's the scale, the other set of the scale I need. Savant Newton. So, with these cards in mind, I'm able to do what I wanted to do. Unfortunately I've got a 0 attack point monster though, so my plan is to set the pendulum scale with Copernicus and Newton, which means I can then pendulum summon. I will then pendulum summon my Apocalypse, but that'll be the only one I pendulum summon, because then I'll tribute both of them for my Armageddon. Meaning I've got a 3000 attack point monster out, and I don't have a 0 attack point monster out, meaning they can attack me even better. This deck is better without link rules. I know it sounds like stupid because they're technically the official rules now, but if you want to play via Arc 5 rules, as I call them, which is basically you can use like Pendulum, Exceed, Synchro and all that, but you don't have to worry about the link zones, it's perfect. This is a very good deck for that. It's not the greatest deck otherwise, because you're going to be Pendulum summoning from your extra deck quite a lot. You're going to be bringing out Exceeds, Synchros and all that, but there's no decent link I've found so far. Maybe Deco Talker, but even then you'd need to tribute quite a few effect monsters for it, so it's not the greatest. So, assuming their turn they find a way of popping that, like, I don't know, maybe it's Zodiac or something, which, let's be honest, you'd just give up at that point anyway. I'll draw. You obviously take 1,000 due to your Dark Contract, but this is where things get interesting. You activate Dark Contract with the gate. You're able to add any DD from your deck to your hand. I would recommend bringing in Necro Slime for this one, because I've got a particular card in my hand already, in which I will then swell slime my Necro Slime. Allows me to fuse straight away, which will be the only fusion I've got that I can do so far is the Arc. Then what you want to do is Pendulum. So I'll bring back in my Armageddon and my Apocalypse. Then the effect of Necro Slime and Swell Slime, I'm allowed to fuse again, because obviously Necro Slime fuses in the graveyard. That's another the Arc straight down. Then I would overlay my Chaos King Apocalypse with the Arc, which means I've still got the Arc, so it means I'm still not taking damage, but I can also bring in my number 11 Big Eye. With that, I'm able to get rid of an overlay unit. I would recommend getting rid of the Arc overlay unit, so then it's usable if need be. And that allows you to take control of their monster. So if they have something decent, you're able to take control of it. With that, you've already got an Exceeds, a Fusion, and a Pendulum out. 3,000 attack point Pendulum, 2,800 attack point Fusion, and a 2,600 attack point Exceeds. That is very good at destroying your opponent's monsters. You know, if you could take their monster and use it for your own. So if they're using, say, an Ancient Gear deck for their Ancient Gear Giant, you're able to Big Eye it for yourself and then just end the duel. But say you can't end the duel then, I will send this card face down. I would pass it, and then I would activate it if need be, because it's Dark Contract with errors, so if they try to trap card me, I can activate it as a chain effect, and then use its effect so then their trap is negated. My next card, if I somehow still haven't won yet, is my DD Savant Copernicus, which means I haven't really got the greatest hand right now, unless I activate the effect of Dark Contract with the gate again. Which means I can then add my DD Lil. Actually, no. I want to add my DD Ghost. It's a level 2 tuner. A few people use it when they're using DDs, but I will admit I've gone against a few DD decks where they don't use this card. Since my Pendulum Scale is a 1 and a 10, I can Pendulum Summon even him. So I'll Pendulum him and Copernicus. Copernicus effect, I push a DD from my deck to the grave. I will push a DD Necro Slime so I can fuse from the grave. So that's there. Then the DD Ghost is a level 2, so I can then use that to synchro into DDD Gust High King Alexander, which is this one. This gains another 3000 attack if there's 2 more DD cards in it, because it technically counts as a DDD itself. So even Copernicus wouldn't count because he's a DD, not a DDD. But because I've done that, I'm able to use Necro Slime's effect in the graveyard and fuse him with either Ghost or Dark. I would say Ghost. No, Dark, sorry. Banishes them both again, which means I can then fuse in my Dragonbane King Beowulf, basically. Which means I've now got 3 DDDs in total, which DDD Gust King Alexander means can have his 3000 attack point boost, which means he's now on 6000 attack. Plus I've got a monster that could take control of another monster if the side goes Guith. I've got a monster in defense mode to protect myself. I can gain life points instead of losing them, and during standby phase I can destroy all spell and traps on the field anyway. That is sort of a very good move if you're able to get this far, because obviously you could be negated halfway through and all that. That's why these test hands are good, but you really want to be testing against someone who actually can counter your stuff. So maybe use like Yugo Pro or whatever. If you could do all of that, that will be able to help you out, so then you can work out if your deck's viable or not. This isn't sponsored, I fucking promise you. And basically that's how I basically test out my deck. So I just do this, which I've shown you with my super heavy deck, which that's in the proper build session, which means I've proxied it. While with decks like this, I've either proxied it before, or I've just gotten the cards in total and I've gone, actually I want to build that deck, let's see how it works, and then I'll see how it works and decide if I want to buy the rest of the cards for it. At which point I, you know, have another deck if I want to use it. At the moment I'm running a total of 4 decks. Well, technically 5 because I haven't got sleeve for the 5th one at the moment. I'm running the DD deck. I'm running Ancient Gear, which doesn't have the sleeves at the moment, so I use them for the Super Heavies, which is another one. I've also running a Fluffles, and I'm also running an Abyss Actor. Those are my main decks I'm running. Some of them are still in progress. Not completely like really needed for progress, but they're still in progress to some extent. For example, my Fluffles, I still need to get 2 Sabertooth, Frightfur Sabertooths, maybe a few Fluffle Wings. Might go for the Frightfur Bear so I can get a Fluffle Bear. And that's basically the main majority of it. My Ancient Gears, I need to get another Wyvern and maybe a few extra Fusions or Xyz. Abyss Actors, I've got to finish off the extra deck completely. I've only got a Big Eye in there for the extra deck. And Super Heavies I'm already building towards. The DDDs I'm pretty much complete on. This is probably my main completed deck. It's not the best viable deck, but it's completed. There's nothing more that I can really think I want to add to it. My extra deck is great, my main deck is great. It's as good as it's going to get, at least for me, for my own play style. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I am going to try to upload more often, I promise. I mean, I've only done, 2 uploads in the last 2 weeks, which is better than my track record of no videos within 3 years. So, You got to at least commend that to me. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is what the channel's going to be from now on. If you don't like it, fucking unsubscribe, you cunt. See you later, guys.